Carson Riley here, 2 outs. Or 1 out here in the inning. He's down 0-2. We're having some big tech issues as Riley goes down on strikes, and that'll be the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 1st. The Jaguars put up 5 in the top of the inning. Put up 5 in the top of the 1st, and they're going with Cody Templeton here in the bottom of the 1st. They're just going to run him until he's out of pitches. And now it's Cash Durkin, and Liberty Hill has just not been their day. That first pitch to Durkin is Durkin fouls that one out. And now the count is 0-2. Home plate umpire calling for baseballs here, and this is that one's fouled back here. It shows we're back now, so 0-2. And I'm sorry, folks, this one's just going to drop between you being live and being offline. Something between our internet is not liking it today. As Durkin's down 0-2 here with 2 outs, that curveball is fouled back. Fouled back by Durkin, and the count is 0-2, and Liberty Hill is going to have to respond in this ball game. They are down already 5-0 just here in 1 inning played. And we're doing all I can here on Vype Live to keep our stream live for everyone watching it, not just Panther fans. You know, a lot of people are interested in these playoff outcomes, and we got to apologize for all these tech issues we're having today. But we should be here now. We're not having any major issues at the moment. As Cody Templeton, 1-2 count here to Durkin. Durkin hits that ball high, but it is going to be foul over the Panther stands. And that will keep the count at 1-2. Templeton set. Here's the 1-2. Curveball is chased by Durkin for out number 3, and the Panthers will head to the top of the 2nd, where they'll have to hold the Jaguars if they want to stay in this series. I'm Jason Heaton, and you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13, back in, another reverse, breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds, really close up the corner. But pitch to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals. academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back here to the top of the inning. Liberty Hill trailing by 5 in a must-win game here for both teams if they want to continue their playoff success. First pitch here to Robinson is grounded into Trent Eller's glove. Eller fields it cleanly, throws it to Durkin for out number 1. And our audio is going to look, or our video is going to look a little choppy. And it doesn't. Hello folks, I have just unplugged the camera in just an attempt to have some sort of visual here and just have the game live broadcasted somehow. And it at least we seem to be at least a little bit steady for right now. And I mean, this is just brutal here, folks. I apologize. But now Liberty Hill is down 6-0. Ethan McAllister just hit a home run. I mean, it won't even stay now. Two outs here in the inning, and once again, folks, we're having some technical difficulties. The Panthers now trail 6-0, as now at bat is Caleb Ledsome, and he's walked. Well, now our audio is back. Our audio got turned off. So 7-0 Liberty Hill is trailing in this ball game, and now Stavinoa's at the play as he pops that one high into the air, and that's looking to be the second out of the inning. It's an infield fly, so is an out regardless. As Liberty Hill has 2 base runners on and 2 outs in this inning. Sorry folks, we're having issues. Our audio was turned off there for some reason, but it's back now, and our video seems to be stabilizing, so it looks like we're going to at least have a broadcast here for the rest of this game. But Liberty Hill's going to have to start scoring here if they're going to keep this game going the way Buda Johnson's been swinging the bat. And Liberty Hill has had no answers off of Cody Templeton. That's the pitcher on the mound right now for the Jaguars, and he was the primary pitcher in Game 2 as well. That one's fouled straight back by Garrett Neely for strike 1. Thanks to our QA Shane Schlewinski and Suna Vincat for trying to help troubleshoot some of our issues we've been having. And we're at least got it now to where we are back here. So 0-1. That one's a curveball off the plate, and it'll keep Noonschwander at second base, and it'll keep DeMars at first. So they both reached on consecutive errors for shortstop McLean, and then we had 2 pop-ups in a row, and that's been the 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. I'll update that scoreboard for you now. Garrett Neely, the senior shortstop, as that one is a called strike. It's 7-0. The Panthers trail right now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 1-2 here for Garrett Neely. That one's hit hard to the second baseman, Tello. Tello fields it cleanly, throws it over to first base for out number 3, and that will end the second inning as we'll head to the top of the third, where Liberty Hill is just looking to hold the Johnson Jaguars. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Well, welcome back here, folks, to Liberty Hill, and Brody Blay is on the mound, and I know the camera quality is probably not the best right now, and may not even be the great, but we have audio, and this is the only way we're going to be able to have audio for y'all because our Wi-Fi is not doing really anything at all. But we have somehow rigged it here where we are live right now, and we're in the top of the third. There's no outs. Liberty Hill's trailing 7-0 over Buda Johnson. This is a winner-take-all game. The winner advances to the second round of the UIL State 5A baseball playoffs, and Brody Blaze on the mound for Liberty Hill, and he's going to have a long relief appearance here, hopefully a successful one. His first batter he's going to face now is Dom Alvarado, and Alvarado is the center fielder. That first pitch was a ball from Blay. 1-0 pitch to Blay is hit in high into deep center field. Stavinoa going back at it. It's going to be right at the wall, and that ball is gone. And Alvarado took that one way over the left center field fence, and he's going to have a slow jog around, and that'll be a home run for him. So a home run for McAllister and a home run for Alvarado now, and now push the lead to 8 for the Jaguars, and Liberty Hill is just having no success here. Alvarado's, you know, taking his time around the base paths, and Liberty Hill not liking that one too much. So 8-0 now as Liberty Hill trails. Buda Johnson, they're gonna have to start stopping them here. And Blay, that was a good pitch. That was a nice inside pitch to Alvarado, and Alvarado just cranked his hands and turned that one into a home run. So Blay now 1-0. Now he's facing. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That ball's low, and this is now number 8, Ethan McLean. This is the shortstop for the Jaguars. As Blaze trying to get the first out here in the top of the third for Liberty Hill. That one's hit into center field. Stavinoa's coming in on this one. It's going to be a long run. Stavinoa able to get there. A little bit of a sliding, diving catch out there for out number 1. And Stavinoa gives the Panthers a little bit of hope here, a little bit of momentum that they desperately needed. We've seen some great plays from Stavinoa already in this playoff series, and one last night, a diving catch, another one right there, and that really gives some Panthers some help when they need it most. That one's hit right up the middle. Now be a single for Jensen. But now after that single from Jensen, it's got a runner on first base, and at the plate looks to be number 5, Michael Lozano. He's been the third baseman all series here for the Jaguars. Blay here, the pitch to Lozano. That one's grounded over to Eller. Eller's going to go to first base and get out number 2 here in the inning. So 2 outs, and now it brings up the leadoff hitter, Logan Robinson. So now it looks like we may get a pinch runner, or maybe a pinch hitter even. Yeah, well, it looks like we're going to get a pinch runner in for Jensen at second base, and that looks to be number 15. Number 15, Ethan McAllister, is taking the pinch running duties. No, it's actually number 16, Thomas Schnabel. He'll be the pinch runner. So Blay now, he has got a runner on second base, and he's looking to get the third out of this top of the third. Pitch here. That one's grounded foul in the dugout for strike 1 by Robinson. So Blay now, he's set. Now the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, foul tipped by Robinson. And now the count's 0-2, and Blay's looking to retire Robinson on this one. Down by 8, Liberty Hill can't afford to allow really any more runs here to the Jaguars until they start hitting their own. 0-2 pitch, a little bit off the plate for ball number 1, and home plate umpire Justin Goolsby not thinking that one was close enough for a strike 3 call. So Blay, 1-2 count. Takes a sign from Carson Riley. Checks the runner on second, and Schnabel. Now the pitch. Curveball, that one's hit weakly into left field. DeMar's coming in on it. Able to make the catch for out number 3. And we'll head to the bottom of the third, where Liberty Hill is going to have to start their comeback at some point. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at VypeVYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Lily pulls up the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson. She fires the three. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by one.
Log on to VypeVYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at VypeVYPE.com.
Well, welcome back here, folks. We're here now in the bottom of the third, where Cody Templeton is going to pitch his 9th inning of today, and he has been the workhorse, and he's going to use all his pitches until he's done, as he's just been dominant, and the Panthers have not had any success. Doesn't have any success against Templeton so far. It is 8-0, the Jaguars lead, and I apologize for how bad our camera quality is on your end, and we just have to stream at such a low visual rate in order to have even any video audio. So I'll continue to say the score and, you know, outs and things. I'll try to provide that with my voice, but we have having some bad internet issues, and we're just trying to have our audio on the air for everybody trying to listen into this important playoff game. But the Jaguars have jumped to an 8-0 lead, and Liberty Hill is looking to get their first run of the ball game and first run of today. Gavin Voth will lead off the inning. He's playing right field today. First pitch to Voth is hit high into the air. It's looking to be a pop out towards Tello. Tello, the second baseman, is calling for it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. And Templeton's just having success whenever he wants it up there on the mound. So now it's Logan Dyer back to the top of the order for Liberty Hill, and not a hit yet in the ball game. Been a few reached on errors, but no official hits on my stat book at least, as that one's in there for strike 1 to Dyer. So 0-1 pitch here to Dyer. Fastball high and away, brings the count now to 1-1. So 1-1. Templeton winds up the pitch. That one's hit hard on the ground over to Tello at second base. He makes the play cleanly, but Dyer is going to beat the throw to the bag, as Jensen was kind of searching for the base over at first. And now that's good for the first base runner of the game. Carson Riley now at the plate, and Liberty Hill just looking for any momentum. 0-0 Riley, first pitch to him. High fastball and away for ball number 1. Liberty Hill trailing 8-0 right now over the Jaguars. Looking for any answers right now against Cody Templeton, the lefty pitcher for the Jaguars. That one runs inside on Riley. Brings the count now to 1-0. 2-0 now to Carson Riley. That one's hit in the air. It's popped up into shallow right field. Tello going out to make it at second base, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So now 2 outs in the inning for Cash Durkin. as Durkin now has a runner on first base is Dyer, as that one's hit high into the air, and it's been just pop-up city in this game, as that one, the shortstop's going out for the wind, caused some issues, and Dyer's going to score, and Durkin's going to have an RBI double here, and that's the first run the Panthers have scored all day, and it comes here in the bottom of the third, and now Liberty Hill trails only by 7, the score 8-1. On a high pop fly by Durkin that the wind caught and just kept pushing around. So, Panthers have scored, and maybe that's all it takes. 2 outs here in the inning. Cash Durkin on second base. Caden Dunschwander now at the plate. Templeton will be here now, the first pitch to Dunschwander. Fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. So 0-1, looks like we momentarily dropped, but now we're back. As I say that, we drop again. As that one is low, brings the count now to 1-1. So 2 outs here for Dunschwander. One and one. That curveball's on the outside half. Called a ball. Makes the count to 2-1. So 2-1 for Dunschwander. Cash Durkin on second base. Liberty Hill looking to just cut the lead as much as they can every inning. 8-1 so far. Buda Johnson, bottom of the third. That one's fouled back by Dunschwander. And now the count is 2-2. Two and 2 here to Dunschwander. Templeton checks Durkin, now the pitch. That one's foul tipped for strike 3, and now we'll end the inning. But the Panthers do score 1, and maybe that will start something for them as we head later into the game. It's the top of the 4th we're heading to with no outs. Here you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at VypeVYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3-13. Not yet. Another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close in the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson. She fires the 3. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to VypeVYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at VypeVYPE.com.
Welcome back here, folks, and it looks like we got you here for a little bit. We're once again having internet issues, and I'm so sorry about that. I feel so bad, but there's not much I can do. You gotta blame the internet. But we'll try to keep you updated as we're popping in and out. We're trying to stay on air, but right now Liberty Hill trailing 8-1 here in the top of the 4th inning here in this bi-district playoff series. Series tied at 1-1. This is a winner-take-all game, and Buda Johnson currently has the lead 8-1. Blay back on the mound in his 3rd inning of work as he's facing Connor Crabtree for the first batter of the inning. First pitch was in there for strike number 1. 0-1 pitch here from Blay. That one's grounded up the middle. Neely's going to go grab it on the second hop, throw it over to Durkin for out number 1, and Blay gets a lot of ground outs, and if he can keep doing that, the Panthers may have a chance to, claw back into this ball game. They won game 1 14-13 in a offensive explosion from both teams. Well, then game 2 came, and Liberty Hill did not have that offensive explosion, but Buda Johnson did. 13-0 on that one. And now in game 3, Buda Johnson's leading 8-1 here in the top of the 4th, and Liberty Hill's looking for answers. So 0-1 here to McAllister. That one's in there for strike 2, and McAllister has some big power. He's hit 2 home runs in this series, both to left field. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's a little bit off the plate. Now the count's 1-2 for McAllister. Brody Blay, the lefty on the mound, the senior, working hard. 1-2 pitch from Blay. That's a high fastball, fouled straight back by McAllister, and the count will stay at 1-2. So 1-2. McAllister, or pitch to McAllister. That one's a little bit low, and now the count's 2-2. Liberty Hill fans heckling the home plate umpire. Here's the 2-2 now. That one's in the dirt. Now the count's 3-2, and Blay will have to attack the strike zone here. 3-2. Full count here for McAllister. Fastball fouled back into Riley's chest protector, so McAllister will stay alive. 3-2. So 3-2. Blay winds up. Here's the pitch to McAllister. Ground ball. That one's off of McAllister there, so the count will stay 3-2 as Blay will work here to try to retire McAllister. Get some foul balls here from both dugouts, and now we're ready to play. Still 3-2, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Pitch from Blay here to McAllister. Curveball grounded foul down the 3rd baseline, and McAllister's count will stay at 3-2 again. I believe this would be the 9th pitch of the at-bat here. Coming up, here's the pitch from Blay. High and away fastball, and McAllister will jog down to first base, and Blay kind of laughing that one off because that's his first walk of the season. It's a stat he's very proud of and tells a lot of people about it, and that was his first walk of the season comes to Ethan McAllister here in Game 3 of the Bi-District Playoff Series. We want to thank you for watching Liberty Hill Baseball on Vype Live, and thanks to the Liberty Hill Panther Baseball Booster Club for supporting us and allowing us to do this here. And we know our quality is not of the best today, but we're trying to overcome the odds and get this game on air for all you fans watching from home. So Blay here. Now the 0-1. Now it's 0-2 to Leadsom, and Leadsom doesn't like the calls that Justin Goolsby's making, but 0-2 for Leadsom. He's got McAllister on first base. Blay set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's grounded over to past Neely, a diving Neely, and the runner's going to try to go to third. We're going to have a play at third. Noonschwander's going to tag Leadsom, but McAllister just able to get into the bag at third base. Close play there at third, but McAllister just safe, and that'll be a double for Leadsom. Or really a single, and he advanced a second on the throw to third. But now 2 runners in scoring position for Cody Templeton, and Templeton has been the man of the day for the Jaguars. He's thrown now 8 scoreless innings, and the last inning Panthers did score. But 9 innings he's pitched today and only allowed 1 run. And at the plate he's been pretty good as well. He's hitting over 500 and has a few RBIs of his own. So 1-0 for Templeton at the plate now, facing Brody Blay. A lefty pitcher versus a righty hitter who is also a lefty pitcher. 2-0. Blay trying to find the strike zone here versus Templeton. A big spot for Liberty Hill to keep this game where it's at. 2-0. That one finds a zone, is fouled back by Templeton, and now the count's 2-1. So 2-1. One out here in the inning. Pitch from Blay. That one's hit foul out of play over by the right field line. And now Templeton has a 2-2 count, and Blay's looking to get the second out of the inning here. A fly ball to the outfield would likely score the runner from third base if it's deep enough. So Blay really wants a ground out, maybe a hard ground out here, or a strikeout to keep that runner at third base. 2-2 pitch, curveball, grounded in the hole, and that's going to be one run. The runner's being waved around third. He's going to be held late, and that's going to just be a one-run single, one RBI single there for Templeton, and he's helping his own cause as now the score is 9-1. Coach Stephen Hutcherson has likely seen enough of Blay, and it looks like he is going to have a pitching change here, so we're going to take a 60-second break, and we'll be back with the new pitcher into this ball game. I'm Jason Hebner, and you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Welcome back. Here on Vype Live, for this playoff series, I'm Jason Hebner, and I have been honored to be able to bring you Liberty Hill baseball games here on Vype Live these past 2 years. If this does end up being the end of the Panthers' run here in the playoffs, they got to make a comeback here, and the way to start it is for Williams to start getting some outs here on the mound. They got one out in the inning. There's runners on the corners for the Jaguars, and it's Dom Alvarado at the plate. Alvarado in his last at-bat hit a home run, and we'll get some first and third signs from their third base coach for the Jaguars. First pitch from Williams in the game is in there for strike one, and that's a good way to start if you're Tyler Williams. So Williams set now, and here's the pitch to, oh, he's going to get the runner going. They may try to be stealing a run here. They are. Eller's going to have a play at the plate. The throw is a little bit wide, but I think he got back in time to get the runner, and that will be out number 2 as the Jaguars try to steal a run there on first and third situation. A good throw by Eller to the plate and a better tag by Carson Riley gets an out at the plate. So Williams picked to first. The runner went. I believe it was designed. Cash Durkin threw over to second base. Eller was there, and then he saw the runner from third trying to get to home. So Eller threw home, and Eller was able to get it to Carson Riley just in time to get the tag on the runner for the second out of the inning. So now there's 2 outs in the inning, and Liberty Hill, if they could escape here, that would feel like a victory here in this situation. They are down 9-1, and they got 2 outs in this inning. That pitch to Alvarado is in there for strike 2, and Alvarado is now down 0-2. So 0-2. Pitch here. That curveball. Not sure where that one was. It looks to be right there. And home plate umpire Justin Goolsby not agreeing with our view or all the Panther fans. They're going to let him hear it. But now 1-2. He'll check the runner on second base, Will Williams, and now the pitch to the plate. Curveball swung through by Alvarado, and that will be out number 3, and it feels like Liberty Hill has some momentum here, but they're going to have to go into the bottom of the 4th and start to score some runs. I am Jason Huebner, and you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live. We'll be right back.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at VypeVYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close at the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the 3. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to VypeVYPE.com.
And welcome back here to Liberty Hill. And if you're just joining us, our video quality is down very low just because our Wi-Fi is having some very bad difficulties, and if our video is any higher, it would take too much of our Wi-Fi for our audio to get through. So we're just trying to get the audio out there, and I'll do my best behind the mic to get it descripted, to keep you updated and have everything the best that we can have it. In District 25 5A, Georgetown advances to round 2. Cedar Park advances to round 2. Liberty Hill will have to come back to advance to round 2 in this one, and I'm looking for Rouse right now. But so far, 2 of the 4 playoff teams in this district have advanced, and we're going to see if Rouse has advanced or not. They knew that they had to win 2, and it looks I can't find their game quickly enough here. So it looks like they're going to... We will not know the results for them. But Cody Templeton now, he'll be in his 10th inning of work today. He pitched 6 innings in Game 2, was fabulous, only didn't allow a run. And he's in his 4th inning of work here. He's allowed 1 run in this ball game, but Liberty Hill is going to have to start hitting the ball more, start scoring some runs if they're going to make this game truly competitive in a must-win situation for them to continue their season. First pitch from Templeton to DeMars is hit pretty well down the left field line, but foul for strike number 1. So 0-1 for DeMars after he fouled that one onto the left, out of the left field line. Templeton, the 0-1 pitch. Curveball low for ball number 1, and Liberty Hill just needs base runners here. They need a little bit of momentum. Looking to score some runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Keep this game as close as they can. That one's grounded foul into the Panther dugout by DeMars, who's the leadoff hitter in this inning. No outs here so far. Thanks to our QA, Shane Schlowinski, all day long, all series long, for making sure we sound good and giving us any updates that we may want, and making sure we're always dealing with our technical difficulties in the best way possible. That one's fouled again by DeMars into the Panther dugouts. Also thanks to QA, or to Suna Vincat, the tech expert at Vype Live, for making sure we sound nice and good, and also being a great person in the troubleshooting process, as well as Merle Bertrand, the regional coordinator here at Vype Live, for scheduling us here and always being on top of his things over at Vype. So 1-2 here to DeMars. That one's hit into center field. Little Alvarado in center field looks to be out under it, and he's able to make the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. So now, after that fly out, this could be... Looks like we're going to check the pitch count here of Templeton. it looks like we're just checking a pitch count because Templeton's, you know, he's gone 10. This is his 9 1/3 now so far for Templeton. So they're just making sure his pitch count, and if I'm hearing it correctly, it may be 108. Yeah, 108, so he can finish this batter if he wants to, or they can put someone in now. It's really the Johnson decision here. And it looks like, based on the coaching, the way the coaches are reacting here, that they're just going to go ahead and pull him now. And it looks like they will make the call to the bullpen. So we'll take a little bit of a, you know, a longer break, maybe 90 seconds, while we get this pitching change started. And we'll be right back after that with a new pitcher and details. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans.
Sorry, I bring you back. Never mind, they're going to keep him in here for the one batter, or the 2 pitches he gets, I guess. And if you're Eller, you're going to watch at least, you're going to make him throw 2 pitches so that you have to remove him out of the game here, and he can't finish the inning. But I don't know what the point of the mound visit there was if they were going to keep him in the ball game. So Templeton's still on the mound, 1 out in this inning. So that first pitch is in there for strike 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if Eller watches this one as well, just to make sure he gets over that pitch count and has to be pulled before the next batter. So 0-1 for Eller. We got 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. That's a curveball. Eller swings through it for strike number 2. Liberty Hill trailing 9-1 in a winner-take-all game here in this bi-district series between the 2-seed Buda Johnson Jaguars and the 3-seed Liberty Hill Panthers. The 0-2 pitch here from Templeton. Fastball low for ball 1, and that one was close, and Eller got the best of him. Good eye there from Eller not to swing at something he didn't like, and really knowing the strike zone up there as a hitter. 1-2, Templeton set. This will be his last batter. Here's the pitch. That curveball's hit into left field. Left fielder going back right at the wall, and he's going to make the catch for out number 2, but that will be the end of Cody Templeton's day as he goes 9 2/3 innings, allows 1 run, and 4 or 5 hits. I mean, he's been dominant today, and he's a big reason the Jaguars have really had the chance they've had today, and standing ovation for him from the Jaguar fans, and that's understandable. But while we get this pitching change, we'll take about a 90-second break, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com. Hey buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill for this bi-district playoff series between the Johnson Jaguars and the Liberty Hill Panthers. Excuse me. The new pitcher into the ball game is going to be Ryan Garza. Excuse me, Ryan Garza. So Garza, he's going to be set to relieve Cody Templeton, who went 3 2/3 in this ball game, as we now have 2 outs in the inning. And Liberty Hill, you know, this could be maybe their chance to start getting the bats going. They're trailing by 8 here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs here in the inning as Jack Stavinoa is heading to the plate. Garza, a big throwing right-hander. First pitch from the ballgame. Fastball swung through by Stavinoa for strike 1. Garza working from the windup, no runners on. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. That one is off the plate. They'll look down to third base, see if he went. He did not, so the count will go to 1-1. So 1-1. That one's low, brings the count now to 2-1. So 2-1 for Stavinoa. Liberty Hill needs runs. They're running out of time in this ball game in a winner-take-all series. That one's grounded weakly up to the catcher, or to the first baseman. Weird hop, and it's going to roll foul. Quite the hop there. It's had some backspin on it. And that will count as strike 2. So 2-2 as that one was hit right off the end of Stavinoa's bat. Had the backspin on it and rolled out of foul play after it landed. And 2-2 now for Stavinoa. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Garza winds up the pitch. Fastball high and away. Now the count's 3-2 and Stavinoa's worked it full. So 3-2 now for Stavinoa. Garza winds up the 3-2 pitch. That one's grounded foul down the first baseline. Past Cody Templeton, who's now in the game at first base. Liberty Hill looking for base runners here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs in the inning, but a lot can be done here with 2 outs. Garza winds up the 3-2 pitch again. That one's grounded about the same spot. Fouled by Stavinoa. So 3-2 still for Stavinoa, who's doing a good job of fighting up there. He's not going to go down easy. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one's high and away for ball 4, and Stavinoa will walk down to first base. Now brings up Garrett Neely. Neely, the senior shortstop. So Neely now. 2 outs in this inning, but Liberty Hill trying to start a rally here. First time facing Garza for Neely. Garza first pitch to Neely. Fastball popped way up. That's going right here in the stands probably. Watch out. That one tops the front row of the bleachers. And that'll be strike 1 for Neely. Right there into the Panther faithful, and Neely nearly took out his own kind. So 0-1. Liberty Hill looking to start something here with Templeton out of the game, and they can score a lot in 1 inning. They did it last night. They're looking to maybe do it here again. That one, he's a little late on it. That'll be strike 2. Garza throws a little bit harder than Templeton did. And he's also from the right side. So 0-2, Neely's going to have to defend now. Going to have to battle up there like Stavinoa did. Garza taking his sign from his catcher. Finally has it. Now he comes set. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball grounded weakly. Foul. Right over to the on-deck hitter, Gavin Voth. And now count now will stay at 0-2. So 0-2. Garza set. Here's the 0-2 pitch again. Curveball drops right into the zone for strike number 3, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. And we'll head to the top of the 5th here in Liberty Hill. Panthers trailing 9-1. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds, really close up in the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at VYPE.com.
And welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where Tyler Williams returns back to the mound here. Here in the top of the 5th, Liberty Hill looking to just hold the Jaguars where they are if they're going to have a chance in this ball game. And they just got to get the bats going at some point, and it hasn't been good for the Panthers today. They scored 1 run through now 11 innings of baseball, and that's just not going to be successful here in the playoffs. So 0-0, and there'll be Michael Lozano for the first batter of the game, or for the top of the 5th here. That one is swung through. It's not Lozano. It's going to be number 2, Chris Rodriguez, getting the pinch hit opportunity. So Rodriguez facing Williams for the first time. Bounce hit into right field. Right fielder Voth going in on it and unable to get there. And that ball will drop in for a leadoff single for Rodriguez. And Voth didn't get a good read off that one off the bat. Thought it may have been a little deeper than it actually was, and that one just dropped in right in front of him. So now we got number 34, Ryan Garza. That's the pitcher in the ball game, and that fastball runs a little bit inside for ball number 1. Garza showed bunt there. I'm not sure if he's wanted to lay one down here. So 1-0. Garza shows bunt here again. And he lays that one down. As that one, they're going to let it roll foul for strike 1. Good bunt there by Garza. Looks like he's just trying to move the base runner over here. So Garza in the batter's box. The count is 1-1. No outs here in the top of the 5th. Garza's trying to advance the runner. They'll pick the runner. He's back in time. So now 1-2. Or 1-1 still, excuse me. So Williams set, he's pitching to Garza. Garza shows bunt. He pulls that one back as that pitch is low in the dirt for ball number 1. And we should be back here, folks. Internet was doing really good for a long time, and we dropped us for a moment there, but it looks like we're back and holding semi-steady here. So Jaguars still leading this game 9-1. They got a runner on first base, no outs here in the top of the 5th. Garza's at the plate, the pitcher. He's trying to bunt, but now the count's 2-2, so he'll be swinging here. No outs here in the top of the 5th. Liberty Hill trying to just shut the Jaguars down at the plate. That one's in the dirt, gets in front of Carson Riley, but the runner has to stay on first base. That runner is number 2, Chris Rodriguez, who had a pinch hit leadoff single here in the 5th inning. Thank you all for dealing with some of our quality issues and internet issues, but we're trying our best to bring this game to you live here from Liberty Hill. That pitch is low, and Garza will walk, as now the Jaguars have runners on first and second with no outs here in the top of the 5th, and he'll bring up number 5. Number 5, Michael Lozano. And we got a courtesy runner, Cole Garcia. Cole Garcia will run for Ryan Garza, because Garza is the current pitcher. So Garcia will be his courtesy runner there on first base.
Hey, let's go, Tyler. Let's go. Hey, push through it. Let's go.
So Lozano at the plate. Williams trying to get out of a jam. Lozano's showing bunt. They're going to try to advance the runners here. He gets that one down good. He is going to advance the runners. The play at first is good for out number 1 on the sac bunt from Michael Lozano. That first pitch now to Logan Robinson is high for ball number 1. Williams has runners on second and third now, 1 out in the inning, trying to keep this game where it's at. 1-0 pitch here from Williams. That fastball is off the plate again. Brings the count now to 2-0, and Williams needs to attack the strike zone here, down 2-0. Robinson, the leadoff hitter for these Jaguars, is looking to drive in 2 runs and put this game kind of away. Liberty Hill's trying to stay in it, trying to give it their best shot, but they have not done anything really right today. Won the game last night 14-13, a wild one, and today the Jaguars brought their bats to Liberty Hill, but Liberty Hill left their bats in Buda. So 3-0 pitch now to Lozano. Or Robinson, excuse me. That one finds a zone, and now the count's 3-1. Three and 1 for Robinson. Williams set. Here's the pitch. That one's low, and now Williams has just walked the bases loaded for the catcher, Connor Crabtree. And this is not how Liberty Hill imagined today going. Prom tonight for these Panthers, and they're gonna be rushed to get over there if they decide to go, but it's gonna be a tough prom night for them if they end up losing this series, especially after winning last night's ball game in Buda. First pitch now to Crabtree is popped up in the infield. Should be an infield fly. It is an infield fly, but Nunschwander made the catch anyways. So that's the second out of the inning, and now they just need 1 to escape the bases loaded jam here, but it's Ethan McAllister coming to the plate. McAllister has hit 2 home runs in this series, 1 in game 1 and 1 earlier here in game 3. Just took one. So now that first pitch here to McAllister is in there for a ball low in the dirt. Sorry, I was reading a text message from someone. But now 1-0. So 1-0 here to McAllister, and Williams is not going to have to be careful against McAllister. Big swing for McAllister. He was trying to take that one over the left field fence, but he missed it, now bringing the count to 1-1. Bases loaded here for the Jaguars, and Tyler Williams and Liberty Hill trying to escape the jam. Liberty Hill trailing 9-1 in this ball game. That one's a curveball chased by McAllister for strike number 2, and Liberty Hill is 1 pitch away. So 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Chased by McAllister for out number 3, and Liberty Hill gets out of the bases loaded jam, and they'll head to the bottom of the 5th, where they're going to have to start putting some runs on the board. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
And welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where the Panthers trail 9-1 in this bi-district playoff series game 3. Winner take all here. But all around District 25 5A, Georgetown has already advanced to round 2, Cedar Park has advanced to round 2, and Rouse is playing in a game 3 scenario right now against Canyon to determine if they will advance to round 2. Liberty Hill's trying to mount an impressive comeback here against the Jaguars. They got 9 outs left at the plate, and they're going to have to get their bats hot if they're going to have a chance in this ball game. And now Gavin Voth will come to the plate for just the second time here in the bottom of the 5th. It's Ryan Garza back on the mound in his second inning of relief work for the Jaguars, and Panthers are going to have to try to have some more success off of him than they had off of Templeton. First pitch of the inning to Voth. Fastball in the dirt for ball number 1. So 1-0. That one's in there for strike 1, and now the count is 1-1. Garza works big from the windup. He winds up here, and here's the 1-1 pitch. That fastball is inside, and now Voth has a 2-1 count, looking to be the leadoff base runner here for Liberty Hill. They've got to score. They've got to start to score some runs if they're going to win this ball game, and you know they're just running out of time. 2-1. That one's called on the inside corner, and that brings the count now as 2-2. So 2-2 to Voth. Pitch here from Garza. Curveball hit by Voth hard into left field, and that is a leadoff single that Liberty Hill could desperately need, as Liberty Hill is going to try to start a rally here in the bottom of the 5th. They put up 9 in the top of the 4th yesterday. No reason they can't do it again here, but they're going to have to start to get something. They don't have to get all. They're trailing 9-1. They don't have to get all 8 right now, but they're going to have to get at least a few here in the bottom of the 5th to increase their chances here. As it looks like we'll have a pinch runner for Voth, and that'll be Sean Parsons running in there for Voth. Voth did his job as the leadoff hitter, and he reached base on a hard single into left field. A little hanging curveball from Garza, and Voth made him pay for it. So now, well, Garza's here. Now he's facing Logan Dyer. First pitch to Dyer. Fastball hit hard into the left center field gap. That ball's going to get down. That's going to be trouble. Sean Parsons is being waved around third, and he's going to score easily, and Dyer's going to be held at second base with an RBI double, and Liberty Hill has some momentum now. The score now 9-2 on a Logan Dyer RBI double. And they got to keep this going. There's no outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Now they're only trailing by 7. And if they're going to come back in this game, they just got to keep hitting the ball like they've been hitting it here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 hits in the ball game and potentially some of their first hits of this game. Voss singled and an RBI double from Logan Dyer. Now brings up Carson Riley, looking to continue the hot streak for the Panthers here offensively. First pitch to Riley. Big curveball. Almost hits him. And for ball number 1. So 1-0 for Carson Riley. Garza's checking Dyer on second base. Dyer, great speed. Anything in the infield, outfield. That ball's hitting to deep left field. The left fielder going back under it. He is camped under it, and Dyer will be forced to go back to second base, and that'll be the first out of the bottom of the fifth. A fly out from Carson Riley. So now Cash Durkin at the plate, 1 out here. He's got a runner in scoring position, which is Logan Dyer. First pitch to Durkin is off the plate for ball 1. And Durkin has the ability to help the Panthers with one swing. He hasn't had the greatest series, but he's looking to change it, maybe here against Garza. Garza's set. He checks Dyer. Now the 1-0 pitch to Durkin. That's a fastball off the plate. Brings the count to 2-0, and you know, the Jaguars know the scouting report on Durkin. They intentionally walked him last night in game 1 in a clutch situation. And they may not elect to throw anything intentionally here to him. They do have a big lead, but you don't want to give the Panthers really any momentum if you're the Jaguars, because they're a team that can have a lot of success real quickly as Durkin fouls that one out of play. Now the count will be 2-1 for Durkin. So 2-1 for Durkin, back in the batter's box now. Liberty Hill looking to add a few more here in the bottom of the fifth, looking to claw back into this bi-district series, winner-take-all game here against the Jaguars. 2-1 for Durkin. Garza checks Dyer, now the pitch to Durkin. Curveball way outside, and now the count's 3-1. And you know, the Jaguars scored 5 in the first, 2 in the second, and I think they've had 1 in like the third, 1 in the fourth. So they, you know, we've slowed them a little bit here, and we just got to start getting our bats going if Liberty Hill's going to have a chance to win this ball game today. 3-1 pitch here to Durkin. Fastball in the zone, fouled out of play over by the softball field here at Liberty Hill. Home plate umpire calling 4 baseballs. And Cash Durkin looking to be an answer here to Liberty Hill. Dyer on second base. There is 1 out here in the inning. Noonschwander on deck for the Panthers. Full count here for Cash Durkin, the first baseman, going to Blinn in the fall. Full count pitch. That one's low, and Durkin will jog down to first base, and now 2 base runners on for Cade Noonschwander, the junior third baseman, the offensive MVP of this team. So runners on first and second, and this bottom of the fifth has been the best inning the Panthers have had offensively all day long, game 2 and game 3 included. And now Cade Noonschwander's looking to continue the hot success. He's the cleanup hitter for these Panthers, and there's a reason why. He always seems to get on base. First pitch to Noonschwander. Fastball off the plate for ball number 1. And Garza's going to have to come to the strike zone. He's been a little wild. You know, he walked Durkin there. And Noonschwander, if it's in the strike zone, he's a great hitter. He's going to put something in play. 1-0 pitch from Garza. Fastball hit hard to the third baseman. Third baseman fields it cleanly, touches his bag for 1 out, goes across the diamond, unable to get the second out at first base. So it'll just be a fielder's choice for Neunschwander, as Templeton unable to make the scoop there on the throw from the third baseman, Lozano. So a fielder's choice for Neunschwander. It brings up Colby DeMars, and if you could tack on one more or two more here with 2 outs, it'd feel big for the Panthers here. You know, if DeMars could maybe take one over the left field fence right here, it would really help the Panthers' chance here in this ball game. Garza set, checks Durkin on second. Go first pitch to DeMars. Fastball popped way up in the air, and Templeton calling for it in foul territory, and he makes a catch for out number 3, and that ends the Panthers' opportunity as we'll head to the top of the 6th, where the Jaguars will come back to the plate. I'm Jason Huebner, and you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13, not yet, another reverse, breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds. Lily pulls up the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the 3. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where the Panthers, cut the lead by 1. They're only trailing by 7 now, but with only 6 outs left at the plate for the Panthers, they're going to have to stop the Jaguars offensively and really get their own bats going a little more than they have been today. Tyler Williams returned to the mound, and he's in his 3rd inning of work, and he'll face Caleb Ledsum, the DH, in his first at-bat of the 6th inning. So Williams just finishing his warm-up here, and then we will get to the top of the 6th. The Jaguars will have 4, 5, 6 coming up. It'll be Ledsum, Templeton, and McLean, pending any changes. As here, Williams is on his final pitch. Riley will throw down to second base, and then we'll be ready to start this inning. So Liberty Hill looking to go 1, 2, 3 here and go back to the dugout, score a few runs in the bottom of the 6th, maybe complete the comeback in the bottom of the 7th. Who knows? But that first pitch from Williams to Ledsum is on the outside corner for strike number 1. A 1 pitch. That one's a little bit low. Brings the count now to 1-1. So 1-1. Williams pitch here. That one's low. Now the count's 2-1. So 2-1 for Ledsum. He's facing Williams for the 2nd time. Pitch. That one's fouled straight back by Ledsum. And now the count is 2-2. Turn that crowd mic down a little bit as the wind's starting to blow into it a little bit more than it has been all day. Wind blowing out kind of to left field here. 2-2 pitch. Curveball chased by Ledsum for strikeout and the first out of the inning. 1 out now in the top of the 6th. Panthers trail by 7 to the Jaguars. And now Cody Templeton at the plate. He was the pitcher that had a lot of success today against the Panthers, as that first pitch in from Williams is in there for strike 1. 0-1, Williams set. Here's the pitch. Fastball hit hard to Neely. Neely fields it cleanly, make the throw across the diamond to Durkin for out number 2. And 2 quick outs in the inning, and that's what Liberty Hill needs. But they can't just have it good on one end. They got to be good at the plate in these coming innings if they're going to have a chance to come back in this game and really make it close or even take the lead and win this ball game to continue their playoff season. It's going to take a team effort, and the defense right now, and Tyler Williams is doing a great job. First pitch here to Alvarado. Curveball in there for strike number 1. That one's hit hard to Neely. Neely unable to make the play. That was a tough play there, as that one will get into left field, as Alvarado will have a single there and have a 2-out base runner for the Jaguars. Tough play there for Neely. You know, it's not one if you want to try to catch it in the air, you want to try to take it on the 1-hop. Got caught kind of in between and unable to read the 1-hop correctly, and it is in there for a single. Now it's Ethan McLean at the plate. 2 outs here in the inning. That one's grounded foul for strike number 1. So McLean, 2 outs in the inning, and Williams going to try to retire McLean here for the 3rd out of the inning. McLean calls for time. He gets it granted. Alvarado on first base. McLean at the plate. Williams, first pitch to McLean is hit to Noonschwaner. Noonschwaner throws it to Durkin for out number 3, and the Panthers hold the Jaguars at 9, and they'll head to the bottom of the inning where they'll have to put some runs across to help their chances. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com. Hey buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
And welcome back here to Liberty Hill High School in Panther Field in Liberty Hill, Texas, where the Panthers trail 9-2. They trail the Buda Johnson Jaguars, who were down 1-0 coming into today's games, and they won the first one easy, 13-0. And now they're looking to win the second one. They're up 9-2, and Liberty Hill has not had really anything happening at the plate, and they're going to have to change that here in the last 2 innings. Bottom of the 6th now. Liberty Hill has 6 outs remaining at the plate, and they're going to have to get the bats going if they're going to have success here in this ball game. It'll all start, though, in this bottom of the 6th with Trent Eller, followed by Jack Stavanoa, and then Garrett Neely. You know, they scored 9 in the top of the 4th last night, so this is doable for this Panther team. They've done it before. This question is then, can they do it again? As that first pitch from Ryan Garza, he's in his 3rd inning of relief, is low for ball number 1. That one's so 1-1. Pitch here from Garza. Fastball, grounded by Eller. It's going to be a tough play for McLean. McLean throwing the run, and Eller is safe, running hard down the baseline, able to beat it by a step. And that's what Liberty Hill needs. They just need to put the ball in play and get into They just need to get base runners on, and they're going to have a chance. So they've got that on. Trent Eller able to beat out a weak ground ball to the shortstop. He ran hard down the line, and now it's going to bring up Jack Stavanoa. And Stavanoa's, if he can reach, the Panthers are in a good position here to maybe score a few runs, and they need to do that at some point here in this game if they're going to win this ball game. Garza, he's taking a sign from Connor Crabtree. Now he's set. He checks Eller. And he goes to the plate. First pitch to Stavinoa. Fastball off the plate for ball 1, and Liberty Hill should make Garza work here. You know, he's been a little bit wild with runners on, but if you can just watch a few pitches, maybe take some walks, get some base runners on, then a few hits, and you can score 5 or 6 runs just like that. Garza, pitch to Stavinoa. That one's popped back into the netting, and it'll land over by the Jaguar dugout after it hits a pole up there. So 1-1. Once again, if you're just joining us, sorry our audio or video quality is so bad. It has to be low in order for our audio to come through because our Wi-Fi is not having it today. Combination of the heat and just bad signal. So we're just trying to make it to the end of this ball game with some audio and at least some camera. As Stavinoa hits that ball into right field, the right fielder looks to be camped under in Robinson, and he is, and he's able to make that for out, catch for out number 1. So 1 out here in the inning now. As Stavinoa flies out to right, Trent Eller will stay at first base, and he'll bring up the senior shortstop, Garrett Neely. So now Garrett Neely at the plate. He's the shortstop, facing Garza for the second time. That fastball runs inside for ball number 1. Behind Neely would be Voth. That one to Neely is fouled out of play, and now the count's 1-1. Home plate umpire calling for baseballs here at Liberty Hill. We've been a lot of foul balls today, a lot of contact for the Panthers, just not a whole lot that gets into the field of play. As Garza here is set, here's the 1-1 to Neely. Curveball, that one drops in there for strike 2, and Garza does have a good breaking ball, and he's been using it pretty effectively here. That one's high and inside. Now the count's 2-2. So 2-2. Garrett Neely trying to help the Panther cause here. Pitch from Garza. That's a high curveball. That one's high and inside again. Brings the count to 3-2. And behind Neely would be Voth. Voth singled in his last at-bat. And Neely has a full count here. Garza's I think Garza's coming in here with a fastball. It's just a matter of if it's in the zone, and if it is, will Neely be able to handle it, put it in play, and hope something can happen here for Liberty Hill. 3-2 pitch, fastball. That one is low, and Neely will toss his bag over to his dugout and jog down. Neely may have thought he may have been out there, but home plate umpire has been real tight all night, and it's going to stay that way here as we get some new baseballs into the game. And now it's going to be a pinch hitter, Will Snell, into the ball game. He's pinch hitting here for Gavin Voth. 1 out here in the inning. Runners on first and second. Snell looking with a big pinch hit opportunity here. Panthers trailing 9-2 in this must-win game. They're looking to mount a comeback here in the bottom of the 6th. Only 1 out in the inning. Ryan Garza on the mound for the Jaguars. Garza checks Eller on second base. Now the first pitch to Snell. High fastball chased by Snell for strike number 1. Oh and 1 for Snell. Back in the box now. Garza set. The 0-1 pitch. That one called strike 2 on the inside corner. And now Snell's going to have to defend down 0-2. So 0-2 for Snell. Pitch to him. Curveball hits him, and he reaches base as he will take that curveball. And now the bases will be loaded for Logan Dyer. So now the bases are loaded for Liberty Hill, and Logan Dyer, I mean, he has a 2 RBI double in his last at bat, and he's got a big at bat here, and the top of the order is coming up for the Panthers, and if they're going to make a run at this, this is their best opportunity is right now. Bases loaded for Logan Dyer. First pitch here from Garza. Fastball grounded up the middle to shortstop McLean. McLean fields it cleanly, goes to second base, then to first, but Dyer will beat it out, and 1 run will score there on the RBI fielder's choice, and you know, 1's better than nothing, but it would have been nice there if that could have been a base hit, scored a few more. So 2 outs now, runners on the corners, and it will be Carson Riley coming to the plate. Carson Riley, a great 2-hole hitter. He's a great contact hitter, and he seems to always put it in play in big spots. Did it last night, had a big RBI double to put the Panthers in a lead in the 6th inning. And they stuck with that lead for the rest of the ball game and were able to win 14-13 last night. But they're looking to come back in this game as that one's hit into right field. It's Robinson. He's coming in on it now. He may have got misread, and that ball's going to drop as 1 run will score. And now Liberty Hill is within 5 of this ball game. That ball hit high into the air. Robinson thought it was going farther than it actually was. Wind blowing the ball back in, and that ball lands for Carson Riley. And now runners on the corners again for Cash Durkin. Wow, big mistake out there for Robinson, and the Panther fans are the loudest they've been all day. And there's good reason. Cash Durkin now coming to the plate, and if Durkin gets a hold of one, this game would be within 2 real quick. This is the best opportunity the Panthers have had, and they're trying to make a comeback here. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Logan Dyer's on third base. It's going to be Colton Rutherford on first. He's the courtesy runner for Carson Riley. And Cash Durkin at the plate, looking to keep extending this Panther lead here in the bottom of the 6th. They've scored 2 so far. First pitch to Durkin is high and away for ball number 1, and we may not get a lot of... And we may, Durkin may not see a lot of good pitches here. Jaguars know that he's a threat. But here's the 1-0 from Garza. Fastball popped straight out of here. And now the count's 1-1. Durkin a little bit under that one. And this will be big if the Panthers could, any run the Panthers push across here, and it just increases their odds of coming back in the 7th. Or coming back in here in the 6th, too. That one's off the plate. Good eye by Durkin. And that will be 2-1. But if Durkin could at least get a single here, get another run in, that'd make it 4, which is a little more attainable than what they were at, which was 8. Which was 7, excuse me. Garza, that pitch to Durkin. Big swing. And now it's 2-2 for Durkin. So 2-2 for Durkin. And Garza's now set. And here's the big 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. That's a little weak ground ball. That one's going to be foul. Home plate umpire calls it foul, and Cash will have another chance here at the plate. Runners on the corners here for Cash Durkin. Durkin looking to maybe be an answer here for Liberty Hill. Keep driving in the runs. They've scored 2 in the inning so far, and we should be back live here. 2 in the inning. Our internet cupping in and out, but we're back now. 2-2 to Durkin. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. That fastball hit high in the air, and that could be some trouble. They're all going in for it. Right fielder seems to be under it, and Robinson able to make the catch for out number 3. And we'll head to the 7th, where Liberty Hill will look to hold the Jaguars at 9 and come back in the bottom of the inning. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at VypePE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close at the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the three. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by one.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where the Panthers pushed across 2 in the bottom of the 6th. So now the score is 9-4 Jaguars. The Panthers cut into the lead, so now they're going to have to hold the Jaguars at 9 and hope to score at least 5 in the bottom of the half. Bottom half of the inning, if they want to keep this game going or even try to take the win here in this winner-take-all series. The winner will play San Antonio, Brackenridge, or Medina Valley. The winner of that series will play the winner of this series. And Tyler Williams will come back onto the mound for his 4th inning of work here against the Jaguars. And he's been pretty good so far. Only allowed a few runs, I think, and has really been nice the last few innings. Williams is just about ready. Is that... Riley will have his throw down here to second base. And looks like the Jaguars will be led off by... Well, they're still in the dugout. Maybe we'll see who's their leadoff hitter. Panthers are ready, but the Jaguars are still all in their dugout. They may be making some pinch hits here. You know, final at-bats for some of these guys. Maybe they get some new guys in the game. Well, it looks like it's going to be Ryan Garza, the first batter. He's the pitcher.
Hey, let's go. Come on, Tyler.
Last time he came in, he got a sack bunt, and we'll see what he tries to do here. No outs here in the top of the 7th. Liberty Hill trailing by 5. High fastball from Williams is away, high and inside for ball number 1. As that one's hit by Garza. A great play by Noonschwander. A little bit of a diving stop over there, diving catch from Noonschwander. And there's a reason he plays that hot corner, as that is out number 1 on the line out by Garza. So now it's number 5, Michael Lozano, as he hits that one foul, out of play for strike number 1. Williams really settling in nicely now, but it may be a little too late for the Panthers. That one's chased by Lozano, and now the count's 0-2. Liberty Hill looking for their 2nd out of the inning, and they do have the momentum right now, and you know, they're at home. Anything can happen. If they keep this game at 9-4, they have a chance in the bottom half of the inning to score a few and make this game real interesting real quick. That one's popped over to Neely, and he's able to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now.
Hey, finish it up. There you go, Tyler.
2 outs now, and it brings up Logan Robinson, the right fielder. He's getting a lot of action out there in right today. He looks like Carson Riley may have called time, or maybe Robinson did. Didn't exactly see it, but there was time, and now we're ready to go. Williams' first pitch to Robinson. Fastball hit hard over to Durkin. He fields it cleanly, steps on the bag, and Liberty Hill gets 1, 2, 3, and now they go to the bottom of the 7th, where they will have to score 5 to keep this game going. If anybody can do it, Liberty Hill can. They got the momentum. They got the home fans. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live. We'll be right back.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at VypePE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close at the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the three. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where Ryan Garza he's going to stay out there, and he's going to try to get the save here for the Jaguars, and he's going to have to face the 4-5-6 here of Liberty Hill. And they have the momentum. They scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th. They went 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 7th, and now they're going to have to try to score 5 to keep this ball game alive and keep their season alive. And it'll be Cade Noonschwander, the first batter for the Panthers here. It'll be Noonschwander, then DeMars, then Eller. Noonschwander in the box now. Liberty Hill has 3 outs to score 5 runs. First pitch to Noonschwander, fastball in the inside corner for strike number 1. So 0-1. That fastball's high and away. Brings the count now to 1-1. So 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's hit hard. Over to the shortstop, McLean. McLean makes a throw over to first base for out number 1, and now Liberty Hill's down to their final 2 outs. Hard contact there by Noonschwander, just right at the shortstop McLean, and he's able to make the throw across the diamond for out number 1. Liberty Hill has 2 outs to score 5 runs now, or their season will end here in the bi-district playoff round. Garza works from the windup, first pitch to DeMars. Inside fastball for strike number 1. So 0-1. Garza at the pitch. That curveball's hit weakly into the Johnson dugout. And now DeMars way behind 0-2. He's going to have to battle up there as every out counts now, if Liberty Hill's going to have a chance at coming back in this thing. Garza, here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball grounded weakly into the netting by the Panther dugout, and DeMars will stay alive. Oh, 0-2 pitch here as DeMars hits it weakly to the third baseman, Lozano. He makes a throw over to first, and that's good for out number 2, and the Panthers now 1 out away from their season being over. So 1 out away, and the Panthers on their final leg here. Zero here to Trent Eller. First pitch runs inside, and that's been that same first pitch fastball to all 3 of these Panther hitters here in the bottom of the 7th. And Trent Eller is going to be the last hope for the Panthers. Garza the 0-1 pitch. That one's hit hard by Eller right at the shortstop McLean. And now will end the Panthers season as the Jaguars came over to Liberty Hill on Saturday and won 2 straight to end the Panthers' run. The Jaguars will advance to the area round, and Liberty Hill will get back to work for next season. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with our little end-of-season summary. You've been listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
And welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where the Buda Johnson Jaguars have defeated the Panthers here in Game 3, 9-4, to end the Panthers season and advance to the area playoff rounds. And for Liberty Hill, you ask, what went wrong? Well, I think you changed that question to what went right this season. You know, second year in 5A, they tied atop one of the best districts in Texas. They were tied for district champions. You know, one game goes one way, one game goes another, and you could have been the independent district champions in a district with great teams like Georgetown, Cedar Park, Rouse. You made the playoffs for the first time in 5A, and you had your first playoff win on Friday night. You know, but you got to give props to the Johnson Jaguars. They came over here and they played baseball. You know, they had a great outing on the mound by Cody Templeton, and their bats were alive for all 3 games in this series. Not much the Panthers can do whenever the Jaguars are scoring, you know, 13 and 13 and 9. Whenever your bats don't have that same energy, you're not going to be able to get it done. And unfortunately, this will end Liberty Hill's season this year. I know that they will not be happy with how it ended, and they won't be satisfied until, well, they'll never be satisfied with how it ended. But they're going to get back to work. They're going, you know, there's a lot of young players on this team. There's a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores. They're going to get back to work, and they got next season to start working towards. And Coach Stephen Hutcherson knows that, and he'll have them more prepared than ever for next season. I'd like to thank the Liberty Hill Baseball Booster Club for allowing us to call the game here on Vype Live all season long, as well as Merle Bertrand, Suna Vincat, and my QA tonight, Shane Slowinski, for helping us out whenever we need it. With all that being said, I am Jason Hebner, and you've been listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball for the last time this year. Have a good rest of your weekend.